Hi everyone, happy Sunday. I think I'm gonna try something new, and every Sunday I'm gonna drop a new video, and it's gonna be herb of the week. And then every week I'm gonna try to give you a new herb and its uses and any precautions that would be with it, how to use it, and things like that. So my very first one is I'm gonna do is red clover. Red clover has many benefits and it has precautions, and I'm gonna talk to you about those, and I will list the precautions in my description as always. But red clover is high in calcium and protein, and magnesium, niacin, potassium, thiamine. It's also high in vitamin C and vitamin B, and it also is very great for those who have low estrogen. But if you're estrogen dominant, ladies, do not consume red clover. And I'm gonna go over some of those reasons and details in a minute. It does help with symptoms that women get in menopause, and it's good for a bone mineral density, which is what women who get osteoporosis have issues with. I've talked in another video about certain greens help prevent osteoporosis, and this is one of them that's really good for that. And also, if someone has osteoporosis, it's going to help that from progressing because of the bone mineral density. It's going to help with that. Cardiovascular health wise, it helps with high cholesterol. It's really good for bringing that down to a more normal level. Strong antioxidant. I love my antioxidants. I talk about anytime, most things are, but those are really good for you. It also has anti-cancer properties. And there's a lot of studies that say particular is good for PSA. PSA is a protein that will be in high levels in men who have prostate cancer or are developing prostate cancer. So this is really good for that as well. Now you can take this in teas, tinctures, a poultice, because you can make it a poultice and put it on your skin for like eczema or rashy type stuff. And you can get them or make them into capsules. I will say if you're sensitive to tinctures, I can be pretty sensitive to tinctures because they're so concentrated. If you have that tendency, I recommend doing the capsules or a tea. A lot of times I can't do tinctures myself, certain ones, but it's just so concentrated, and I'm so sensitive to things. Now, as far as foraging, now whether it's red clover or any herb, any plant, any kind of foraging, make sure that you know 100% have identified it correctly. There are a lot of field manuals you can buy. I always recommend having a hard copy of something in hand. One day these, phones and the grab at the tip of our fingers, I don't always believe we're going to have access to those. So I recommend having something, some way to identify. A good foraging book is good for everyone's prepping stock. You should have those on. But the flowers and the leaves are edible. You're supposed to avoid the stems. And you can have these fresh, like you can throw them in your salad. They're really great for that. Dried, and you can even buy them in bulk, dried that way. Or if you, go and forage and get a bunch and, want to dry them, they'll last longer that way. And you can also do a saltwater soak with these, and that will kind of take some of and also boil them, but they'll do the same thing. That will kind of take some of the bitterness people complain about with them. That'll kind of break that down a little bit so they're easier to consume. So on my, do not in precautions of, do not ever, never, ever, ever ferment red clover. It becomes a very high blood thinner. And if you are on blood thinners, do not consume red clover in any form. But do not ever ferment it. That is a big precaution. Do not take it if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. And like I had said earlier about the estrogen dominant, a lot of women who are estrogen dominant will get breast or ovarian cancer. If you've had that, have that, or you have something that proves like uterine fibroids, things like that come with women who are estrogen dominant, don't take red clover, because red clover, our body interprets that as estrogen, which can be great for, those who need it. But if you have high estrogen, you don't want to add any more in that. And you don't take it if you're on birth control, women, because same as like high estrogen, birth control is a synthetic hormone, and your body's going to interpret this as a estrogen, and you just don't want to do that, mix those together. So this is a great one, a great way every week to learn a new herb and come across some that may be helpful to you and learn more information. So I hope that helps. Please stay well and warm if you're in the middle of these winter storms going through. God bless every one of you, and I'll see you next time.